Hey, you guys. Good morning. What a beautiful day in Calgary. Here it is, middle of April, and my backyard is just so gorgeous today. So gorgeous. God, life is good. Really, life is good. Um, so I was just talking to a friend on the phone a couple of minutes ago, and he and I've been kind of on the recovery journey together, life journey together for the last 4 or 5 years, and he's probably been in a dozen treatment centers in the last 15 years, I would say, and a few lockups as well. and you know, the guy knows the recovery program backwards and forwards. He really does. He can quote the book, and yet he hasn't stayed sober. I think his life has improved, no question, and that the times in the treatment centers have certainly given him longer life, no question. I love the guy. I'd like to see him find peace, and so I've been saying to him for the last 2 years, come to work in the field or go to work in the field. I'm not really working in the field. I do this volunteer, but in the old days, it was kind of frowned on for people in recovery to you know make a living helping others. But it's obvious that it works. The treatment centers all over the world are staffed by people who are in 12-step recovery, and no matter what the model is in the treatment center, the guy or the gal who's got recovery knows the game, and knows whether or not we've admitted complete defeat. You know, and it seems that very little recovery is available if we don't get to that place of complete defeat. It just doesn't happen. And for the young addict to be in a treatment center, working with a counselor who is also recovered, is a gift, really. And I think it's fine that people get to make a living, because there aren't any counselors getting rich; they're just making a living, really, and in helping others. I mean, the problem's so big; it's just unbelievable. Um, how how many how I mean, we can't even measure. Okay? We can't even measure. I heard a story the other day, about a friend of a friend who passed away, and he was really what we would call a hopeless drunk, and he fell down and hit his head while drunk, and died. You know, and of course that won't show on the death certificate. That he was. I don't think it'll show that he died of alcoholism. It will show that he died from the fall, but that's going on all the time. People are dying in car accidents and you know domestic violence, all kinds of things because of drugs and alcohol. And I think you'd see that if you were to look at, I mean, this is a bit controversial, but if you were to look at cases where people have died because of violence, many of them are complicated by alcohol and drugs. I mean, it really is a big deal. So that's my thought today. I just wanted to share with you that I really think that recovered addicts and alcoholics are well placed to help um, people with recovery, and there's actually lots and lots of training available now. So that we can get somewhat certified. We don't have to become a master of social work to go into the field, right? We need to get somewhat certified so that we can. Hi, Joy. Um, Thank you. Joy's in Chattanooga. Is that Tennessee? Where's Chattanooga? Anyway, um, very cool. She just left us a post. So that's think about that. If you have friends or if you're in recovery and you're wondering what's the next step, you know, I mean, uh, there's lots of funds available, especially in Canada, for re-education so you can get somewhat certified and go into the field. And that's that. I have a question. I'm going to throw it out here for the next little while. I'm looking at, yeah, it is Tennessee. Hi. That's great, Joy. Um, I'm looking at doing, say, a 4-day big book study, a residential. And so I'm just going to put it out there. It'll probably be in the fall, but, um, so wherever you are, you have to fly into Calgary. And but that's what I'm looking at for maybe 12 or 15 people for like a 4-day residential big book study. And obviously there would be some costs involved, and but it would go deep, really deep into the book and the history, and it wouldn't be a holiday. It would be, you know, like probably 4 10-hour days. We'd really be in it. But I think some great things would come from it. So I'm just throwing that out there. If any of you guys think that's a great idea, or yeah, I'm just, uh, yeah, we're just looking at that as a possibility. And I have a beautiful location south of Calgary that we could do it in, and yeah, that's it. So thought I'd throw that out. So anyway, that's my thing today. If you're in recovery, and you even if you don't have a picture perfect, um, you know, you don't have a picture perfect program. Nobody has a picture perfect program. We're all still dealing with our humanness, our ego, and but committing our lives to helping others is like a turning point. It's amazing. So yeah. So T, if you're listening, this is for you. You wondered what the other day my buddy put a post up and said, "What should I do, work wise?" And so that's the deal. That's the deal. I just thought I'd throw it out there. You'd be great. You really would. Okay, I think we're April 16th, is it? It is, yeah. So we're just reading from this little book I've been reading now. Coming up, boy, 2 more weeks, and we've got a year that I've been reading this, and I do have to find something else. I don't think I'm going to go another, keep going in this book. I will find another one. It may be the Daily Reflections. We'll see. Um, so the 16th, it says in the 12-step world, or it actually says in AA, we have insurance. Our faith in God is a kind of insurance against the terrible things that might happen to us if we ever drank again. By putting our drink problem in the hands of God, we've taken out a sort of insurance policy that insures us against the ravages of drinking and drugging, as our homes are insured against destruction of fire. Am I paying my A insurance premiums regularly? So for a lot of us, that our payment for our our 12-step insurance premiums is helping others. That's the deal. And you know, this book, refers to God a lot. And I always like to point out that it's whatever your conception of God is. It was the big question that EBT put in front of Bill W. when he said, whatever whatever your conception of God was. And it was beautiful, right? Um, and Bill all of a sudden was like, oh, okay, because so many of us have rejected some what I call a Sunday school conception, and but there is, when you look around, how could it not be, and with many people, I use the concept of God is love, and so if we're looking for higher power, obviously love is a power greater than ourselves. So it's really easy to get over that hurdle if you want to find a way over. Okay, meditation for the day. I must try. It says I must try to love my fellow man. Let's reword it and just say I must love my fellow man. Love, it says, comes from thinking of every man or woman as my brother or sister. Whoa! See, he got it. This guy knew that love was the way. Because they are children of God. This way of thinking makes me care enough about them to really want to help. I must put this kind of love into action by serving my fellow men. Love means no severe judging, no resentments, no malicious gossip, no destructive criticism. It means patience, understanding, compassion, and helpfulness. Wow, beautiful. It's a great little book sometimes. I love it. But I mean, love is the way. Love and tolerance is our code. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may realize that God loves me. Since he is the Father of us all, I pray that I, in turn, may have love for all of his children. You know, many times, we use a very simplified concept. And I like what Bill said in We Agnostics. God either is or he isn't. Either he's everything or he's nothing. So if he's everything, he's also all of the concepts that we talk about. And which is pretty cool. So here we are, you guys. What a beautiful day. We're going to sit for a few minutes. And I've been kind of leading a little meditation. That's what we're going to do. And literally, I'm talking 3 minutes. Anybody can sit for 3 minutes. So just practice this with me. And if you're out walking, maybe grab a bench, and or somewhere where you can sit for a minute, and we're going to find a place in the sun. Oh, maybe you're not in the sun, but I am. And just sit. Just close your eyes. And the whole idea is to drop into this moment, into now. And often the breath, if we focus, bring our focus, our attention, our awareness into our breath, we can use the breath to come into this moment. But there are many things that we can use to come into the moment. If we're sitting here and the mind is still cooking, just become aware of the thoughts. Watch them. Don't be against them. Try not to get attached to any of them. And awareness brings us into the moment. Another interesting thing, if we're watching our thoughts, then we know that we are not our thoughts, because we are watching them. It's the beginning of realizing that we are more than our thinking. We are more than our bodies. We are more than our story. So we drop into that moreness, isness, into thatness, oneness, into that love of this moment, into the pool. We experience the sounds. In my case, I can hear the birds. It's beautiful. And the sounds bring me into the moment. Even the sound of my voice brings me into the moment. It can bring you into this moment. to experience that stillness. Wow. Thank you, you guys. Love you. Thanks so much.